Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in the historic city of Amman in Jordan and was warmly greeted by the King of Jordan. Both the leaders had a one-on-one meeting followed by dinner hosted by King Abdullah. Now, Prime Minister Modi will be the first Indian Prime Minister to visit Palestine. PM Modi is expected to have a packed schedule for the weekend as he will have multiple meetings with various leaders, the Indian community and businessmen. The first engagement of the Prime Minister after arrival in Ramallah will be to lay a wreath at the mausoleum of Yasser Arafat. PM Modi will be accompanied by Prime Minister of Palestine, Rami Hamdallah. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India laid out his broad foreign policy vision soon after coming to power in 2014. Neighbourhood First was to be the mainstay of his government's engagement, and Act East and Link West policies would be the drivers of India's interest in the region and beyond. Now, specifically, he had said, and I quote, "We have been discussing the Look East policy for some time. We should also talk about Link West," end quote. Now, in the last 4 years, Prime Minister Modi and his foreign and security policy teams have remained engaged with what India sees as its extended neighbourhood. Modi's neighbourhood from the Arab and Gulf region in the west to the Indo-Pacific in the east. He's currently on a 3-nation tour of Palestine, the United Arab Emirates and Oman. Now, going forward, he is expected to host leaders of Jordan, Iran and Saudi Arabia. So what is on Modi's agenda? Security, including intelligence sharing and counter-terrorism cooperation, energy security. Remember, India buys almost all of its oil from West Asia. Labor. West Asia is home to millions of Indian workers who send home foreign remittance running into billions of dollars. Trade and investments, including foreign direct investment in Modi's flagship Make in India program, which seeks to give a flip to manufacturing in India, and sovereign wealth funds from key Gulf nations. Now, his visit to Palestine is remarkable to the extent that it's the first ever by any Indian premier. Also, it brings into sharp focus New Delhi's de-hyphenation of its ties with Israel and Palestine. In fact, how he makes his way to Ramallah is interesting. From New Delhi to Amman, capital of Jordan, and via helicopter ride from Amman to Ramallah in Palestine, entirely bypassing Israeli territory. In the UAE, India will be the chief guest at this year's World Government Summit in Dubai. Modi will also participate in a groundbreaking ceremony for a Hindu temple in Abu Dhabi. Prime Minister Modi visited the UAE in 2015, the first by an Indian premier in 34 years. The UAE Crown Prince visited India in 2016 and again as chief guest at India's Republic Day celebrations in 2017. And on the third leg of his visit to the region, Prime Minister Modi will land at Muscat in Oman. Clearly, Link West is more than just a slogan for Prime Minister Modi. A former Foreign Secretary amplified India's Link West policy by saying that India is no longer content to be passive recipients of outcomes. India's landmark Act East policy would be matched with Think West. Now, as they say, watch this space as WION reporters bring you ground reports and every detail of Prime Minister Modi's visits.